Okay, here we are live. Welcome, welcome everyone to our Unlimited Network Mastermind going on every Saturday for an hour. Here we are studying, deepening, exploring, integrating this science of how the universe works, our creations consciously, and to enjoy our life. So today is Saturday, November 19 already, I believe, yes. And we are working with our amazing book here, like The Amazing Power of Deliberate Intent, The Art of Allowing. I think it's already a journey to feel it, to sense it, you know, and to see the power that it contains. So here we are. I just want to say something technologically here, like I have in and out. So if I get out of internet, living in Costa Rica right now, and we have a really bad weather, it's a big storm at this moment. So I don't know if we will be cut off or not, but Candace, you can back us up as much as you can there from your side of United States.
Yes.
And good. And then if some of you, wants to be on the panel, that I know some people are seeing the recordings, remember that you can always email Arne, A-R-N-E, @com, and he will give you the special link to be here and to play with us and to engage. The more we engage, the more we get from everything. The more you engage with life, the more you can get from it, okay? So let's begin here. We are studying this book. We read a little bit of the chapter number 7 last Saturday, and we ended up on page 28. We're going to continue from there. I mean, super interesting. So let's see if we can follow this. It says, how does the thought feel to you? So some are beginning to acknowledge, in quotes here, you get what you think about. But we would like to clarify that statement further by saying you get what you feel about what you think about. So we are deepening here, in our capacity to be aware of. So not only of the thought, but how the thought feels, So where are you on the sliding scale of possible vibrations relative to the subject of money? You may often say money, but if you consistently feel disappointed or even fear about not having enough money, then your vibrational offering regarding money does not match your statement of desires. Wherever your vibrational offering is where your point of attraction is. What is actually happening in your experience relative to the subject of money always matches the essence of your vibrational offering. Observing what is manifesting or happening to you can give you an accurate reading of where you are on the vibrational scale of possibilities. And that awareness can be extremely helpful, but it is possible for you to be aware of where you are on the vibrational scale before things manifest or occur in your experience. And that is a much more satisfying way to approach the deliberate control of your life experience. So let's see, we have the courage here to see the results that we have, the manifestation that we have, and what thoughts are related to that, and how much we can change the thoughts if we want something different. It is never too late to change direction, it says. You can either be aware of your point of attraction post-manifestation, after it happens, or pre-manifestation, before it happens. Of course, we encourage having conscious awareness at all times about the direction you are headed. It would be like in your vehicle, having a particular destination in mind, being on the wrong road altogether, and traveling in the opposite direction of your desired destination. No awareness that you are going in the wrong direction until you arrive at the wrong place. You can always correct your course, but the sooner you are aware that you are off your path, the better and more satisfying your journey will be. That's important, I think. You can always correct your course, but the sooner you are aware that you are off your path, the better and more satisfying your journey will be. The key to joyful, deliberate creating is to choose the subject of your thoughts intentionally, while paying close attention to how each thought feels of how the thought feels, you have no understanding of where you are on the sliding scale of vibrational possibilities. This is powerful. So I just want to see if you have any comments about this before we pass to chapter 8. That is equally powerful, I think. But what do you think about this? Anything that we need to integrate here? Oh, I see. Okay. Anyone would like to say anything, or I continue? Okay. Continue, continue, continue. Okay.
Oh, I was trying to unmute. I'm pushing all the wrong buttons. Anyway, I'm just thinking today that I have some appointments to meet with people to look at apartments to live in. And I'm both excited about it and really listening to what we're reading here to think about how to attune my vibration to attract the best one suited to me. So anyway, I just wanted to make that point because by next week I'll be able to tell you what happened.
Yes, and beautiful. I love it because I love to make it practical, you know, like, okay, you become aware of the thoughts that you are thinking. But what we're learning right now is not only the thought that I'm thinking, is how that thought is feeling. So then it feels good, you keep it. It doesn't feel good, to change it. I mean, this is really, you know, I mean, how powerful we are, you know, that we can choose what we focus on, what we think. I mean, it's really amazing. And to me, as much as I know this, I catch myself many, many times where I go on by my own, blah, 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 and then stop, you know, what is really going on, you know? And it's powerful to see that we have that power and to be gentle on the path of learning to apply it and to master it, you know? So it's like a little baby started to walk, you know, and fell off and and you don't beat him up or her up, right? You take the hand, come on, you can do it, you know? So to support ourselves in that direction, because we are working on it. So it's not a matter of arriving to destination in the sense of not enjoying the path. It's a matter of being present, enjoying here and detecting that subtleness, you know? How can you feel a thought, you know? Can you sense how that thought vibrates, how it feels, how it makes you feel to think that thought? Okay, chapter 8, page 31, for the ones that you have the book here. When you ask, it is always given. So you ask for an apartment, Candace, it is given. Okay, let's see, we can believe it. The ideal one, just need to be clear what it is that you want, right? It says, when you made the decision to come forth into this physical body, in this time-space reality, you understood the unlimited abundance of this environment. You felt no competition whatsoever from those with whom you would share this planet, fully that your environment is capable of expanding in proportion to the desires that are born from the exposure to it. You revealed in the idea of interacting with many others and experiencing a diverse spectrum of intentions, ideas, beliefs, and desires. The value of the vast variety and contrast, for you knew that it would stimulate your thought. You knew that it is only from exposure to contrast that or desires can be born. And you well understood the value of giving birth to desires, for you understood the summoning power of desires. You knew that whenever you ask, it is always given, without exception. So I'm seeing you in a beautiful, wonderful apartment because we ask for it, okay? And it's given. Yes, it's a matter of believing it, don't you think so? Yes, Arne, go for it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. You can have a great apartment. Some people say, I heard it, that we should be happy that everything doesn't manifest immediately. You know, I have a wish, I have a desire, and it doesn't manifest immediately, and there is a time lag in there, and that is a good thing, because if we have, you know, think some thoughts that are not good and we don't catch them, and then they would manifest and we have time to correct that. But I have a little different perspective. I think it manifests immediately, but if we have, to the extent that we have opposing thoughts, we have one desire, and then we have the opposite, old thoughts. To the extent that we have the old thoughts, that will be the time that it takes. And so some saints, they can manifest instantly. One thought and they have it, because they don't have any opposing thoughts. And actually, we as humans too have certain topics we manifest instantly. I want a cup of coffee. I get my cup of coffee. It's instant, because I don't have anything opposing that thought in my mind. So like you, Candace, for your new apartment, you could have it today. It can take longer time depending on if there are any doubts in there. And with cream, yes, coffee with cream. That's what I have. But then the other part of it is it's good that there is a time lag for those people who hasn't managed to learn to control their mind chatter, the old thinking. So saints have already controlled their mind, so that there is not this rampant of unwanted thoughts in there takes over, so they can have the power of instant manifestation. And for the other people who does have a rampant mind, then we need lag, because we don't have we could create a lot of things that we don't want to create. So I think there's a good thing with the time lag, and it's not ultimately true. That's my status.
Thank you, Arne. Thank you. Yes, well, sense is where we are becoming here. We are downloading, our sainthood and our mastery, of this amazing uh, body, physical, emotional, mental body that we are given. It's what a miracle. So I love that we can master it. And you're right. I love the movie The Secret. The movie, they express this very well. Like was someone looking at a card and thinking about an elephant, like in Africa or something like that, and say, if manifestation was instantly, suddenly the elephant will appear in the living room, is to take the time to realize, that, like Arne said, to clean up your opposite, something that I understood also with one of the videos, I mean, the wonderful videos of Abraham in YouTube, and I'm like showering myself constantly with that because I love the language more than any other news or anything like that on TV. So I use YouTube a lot on that one. And, I could understand that it depends where you are on the scale. Let's say that you really talking financially, I think is what we brought us here together. Let's say that you are struggling with money and that was my case. And then I target financial freedom. So that's completely the other extreme of the scale, So the contrast gets very, very highlighted with my own desire here. So I have these two extremes, So I'm walking or driving, towards the financial freedom, but I have to really clean up, all what brought me to this other extreme. Being patient, being loving, and understand how it works, It's almost like every time that you're aware of a moment down, fear, negativity, doubt, to welcome them and release. We all learn, how to open the window and release them. So it's not about, judging that judgment or thought, it's about walking, driving, I'm going to New York. Okay, oops, I deviated here to California. Let's go back to track, because I'm going to New York or whatever it is, that we want to. Interesting that we can understand and apply it in our lives. So beautiful. So where I was here. Okay, page 31. I continue. Let's consider this from a vibrational standpoint. You have an awareness of your environment, which stimulates your own personal preferences. Whether you speak them out loud or not, offer a vibrational emanation and asking, And the powerful law of attraction answers your vibrational emanation with other vibrational offerings that match them. So just the fact that we are immersed in our own environment, is always pulling us, towards one direction or another. You launched a rocket of desire, but question mark. It seems simple enough. Contrast produces desire. All desire is answered. So if this is correct, then anyone who desires anything should be the receiver of that desire. So how can it be that you could have the desire for more money, body-like condition, and not get it? The answer to this often asked question lies in your awareness of your vibrational sliding scale. Situation could cause the launching of a powerful desire. And in the moment of the launching of that desire, you are, for that brief time, a vibrational match to it. In fact, it is usually such a brief time of vibrational alignment that we call it a rocket of desire. But if, over time, you have often been offering thoughts that have registered somewhere else on the vibrational scale, then you have most likely practiced yourself into a pattern or habit of thought that is quite different from what you are now asking for. Think a thought, you activate that thought vibration within you. Whenever a vibration is activated, other thoughts that match it come to it, making it easier and easier for you to think that thought. As you often return your focus to that activated thought, it becomes a dominant activated thought or a belief. Only a thought that you keep thinking. And of course, the law of attraction makes it easy for you to continue to think the thought because you're focused upon it and the subsequent activation of the vibration of it, of attraction, to bring to you more thoughts like it. And therefore, more evidence of it. So, looks to me that with this we finish chapter 8. They are very, very short, but very pointy, And to me, I think that is the willingness to understand the process, to be gentle and to change your thinking, because that thought is not expansive, and that you can think what you choose to think, and that can be expansive. And the thing is to repeat it enough. It's not interesting, to repeat it enough that you believe it, and when you believe it, you see it. So, beautiful. Okay, any comments? Right? Yes.
Well, just a short one. I think it's quite marvelous that once we start to think something, automatically the universe brings similar thoughts. So it's the starting, the launching, that's the difficult part, but then it gets easier and easier. So, yeah.
Yes, beautiful. Thank you. Yes, Beryl, welcome.
Thank you very much, Monica, and everyone also. For me, what I see is when I've got some thoughts that I believe in, I try to force everything outside around me to confirm that my belief is true. If I believe that I'm going to get this, and I just make the situations appear in a way that my belief becomes true. And actually, when I observe the other people, I see the same pattern. Either they are aware of this or non-aware of this. When we believe in something, believe in a thought strongly, we generate the conditions, we put ourselves in a place, we meet people somewhere, we say some words, we write some emails, and make it happen in the way that we believe. We always try to confirm that our belief is true. And the same for negative things. If we believe that we don't deserve something, we are not deserving to get this, we want something but we are not deserving it yet, because we are not there yet, and we do everything actually to prove that it's true. And in my behaving patterns, I see that I want to get this, I want to achieve this, I want to go there, but I find myself suffering. I'm not there. I'm not in that position. I'm not with that person. I'm not in that situation. Why? Because deep inside, I don't believe that I deserve it yet. Enough for that. I'm not prepared for that. And I do everything just to confirm that it's true. Always I want to be right. And even though for suffering. So we've got thoughts, and also our feelings are indicating how much strongly we believe on it. Then it comes or doesn't come.
Can I go?
Exactly, beautiful. Oh, yes, thanks, Anne. Exactly, beautiful, Meryl. You know, that's our human journey. And I love it that we can detect it. And at the end, you know, is to be aware of this, let's say, unworthiness, not deserving. Again, is a thought that we believe in the past, that we are experiencing today, again, that we can let go. And to have that ability, you know, of not getting upset with it, is, to me, I love the image of this car driving, the example that we read on the book, you know, or that you are driving, let's say you have a destination, let's call it New York. And then, you know, you drive and you are, you know, really going to New York, you know, whatever it is that you desire. And then suddenly you catch yourself, oops, oh, Maryland, you know, like, oh, I was not going to Maryland, you know. So to have the courage to be gentle enough, maybe it takes you a little longer time, you know, but you have to release, you know, the deviation, to become aware of what were you thinking when we were going there, you know, and then release all that kind of thought and back to mastering your mind, to really enjoy this possibility. And we are getting better and better, I would say, but it's our human awakening, you know, from not knowing that we can create to knowing that we are the creator, we don't have a clue how, to start to master it, you know, and to start to enjoy it. So be patient in that sense, and you know, just one of the things that I appreciate about this mastermind or any other mastermind is that we get together people that we choose to think the same kind of thinking. Each other here, you know. It's like, maybe I go out and I say even to my family, I said, oh, you know, I really want to be financially free, and they can turn around and say, excuse me, what are you talking about, you know, like, whatever. So it's nice that we have spaces here where we have the courage to think and to target whatever it is that we really feel in our hearts. And that's what is so nurturing, to be here every week, you know, like the perseverance and the little drop of water every week coming to our consciousness to support us to go for it, you know, to master. It's the same. It's like, it's so interesting. We use the same kind of energy, say, you know, this is bad, that by thinking this is good, or, you know, I deserve it, that I don't deserve it. It's a thought. You know, do I choose to let that one go because I feel constricted and limited, and I choose to bring in, you know, wow, am I worthy? You know, you have to register into drmonica.com. If you join the mailing list, you have a little box on the right side. There is a beautiful gift that is called the Worthiness Kit, and has a very beautiful meditation and a very beautiful ebook for you to understand, you know, that yes, start to read it and listen to the meditation. And you know what? Again, it's not because I think one thought what time that I undo all the rest of the opposite thoughts, you know. So to really feel in your body this sense of worthiness, you know, allowingness, you know, like, wow. So you can register to under drmonica.com on that web, and you get that gift. So it's free. So enjoy it. Okay, so we continue reading. 1 second.
Yeah, I have some very. I think you touched a very good topic there with that we're trying to prove ourselves. That is, somebody. We cannot. Oh, sorry. Anyway, was that to prove ourselves and to prove what we believe in, and it comes down to, really, I think that the mind wants to be right. So I call it that it can be very expensive to need to be right. and we will find proof for our point of view, and even if that is not true to other people. And I think it's good to make a good test. Okay, I'm having this belief system. What about the people around me? Same thing. Or am I the only one? Only one, and other people are not having the same. Maybe don't need really to be right about that. I had in one of my classes, one student got cold. In my language, that means fear came up. But he didn't recognize that. So he started to say, well, can you please turn up the heat and down the air condition? And we were, I think, 30 people in the class. So I asked anybody else, are you cold? And nobody else was cold. Nobody else had any problem with it. Everybody else was perfect. And he got very angry and said, no, you are pointing at me. I'm making this happening, blah, blah, blah. And then at lunchtime, he didn't come back because he was in his hotel room having a cold. He got sick. To be right, in order to be right, he had to be sick to prove to himself. And then the next day he got it. And say, oh, I made a mistake. It was obviously my own process that I was going through here, and I didn't recognize it. So it can be expensive to need to be right. That's my summary.
Arne, great example. By the way, Abraham has also got the same example in one of the books that she underlines that write it down and not to yourself. If you are feeling cold, the path of least resistance that you have to get is to wear your jacket. So you have to first make yourself comfortable and feeling good. It's your own responsibility, not arguing with other people. Of course you can do that, but this is just trying to go upstream. And body is the teaching tool that we learn from Course in Miracles or lots of other sources, that body becomes sick when it tries to turn inward and cure itself from inside. Thank you very much for sharing the experience.
Thank you to you, Beryl. Thank you. I love to make this real. I love it. Okay, so chapter 9, we continue here. And this title, just the title, okay, I want us to feel it, because it says, truth is all about your focus. Huh. Is that true? Is that truth is all about your focus. You may now more fully comprehend that you are a vibrational being and that you do create your own reality. Furthermore, you are now coming to understand your own reality through the focus of your thoughts. Because your thoughts are vibrations and the law of attraction responds to those thoughts. Therefore, anytime you are focusing upon anything, present or future, you are in the process of creation. When your attention is focused upon something that you are observing in your present moment, something you are considering, pondering, or remembering from your past, something you are explaining, or something you are imagining or fantasizing, you are offering a vibration. Action is responding to that vibration. And each time you revisit that subject, the process of attracting other vibrations of the same frequency increases. So your signal about that subject gets stronger. The more you focus upon a subject, the more active that vibration is. And the more of that which is a vibrational match to it is attracted to it. Eventually, you will begin to see physical evidence showing up in your experience, but in your experience that matches the essence of the way you have been feeling about the subject. You are the creator of your own truth. As you consider any idea, vibration about it. And the law of attraction then offers you other ideas that have the same vibrational frequency. Continue to ponder the subject, match those thoughts come to you. And as the activation of this idea continues, it becomes stronger and the attraction power of the idea increases. In time, things will begin to occur in your life experience that match those ideas. Usually, at that point, you call the experience factual or truthful. And no one could deny that it's factual or truthful, for the physical evidence is right there for you. But instead of calling it truth or fact, we call it creation. We call it the natural universal response to your consistently activated vibration. There is no value in focusing upon unwanted things, causing an activation of the vibration within you that the law of attraction will respond to. I'm going to read this again. There is no value in focusing upon unwanted things that the law of attraction will respond to, and therefore creating in your reality something you do not want. That is so powerful. Often people will explain that their rationale for giving their attention to a subject is because the subject is true. But although there are many subjects that are true that you would like to personally experience, there are also many subjects that are true that you would not like to personally experience. It is not important whether it is true or not, but whether or not you want to experience the truth of it in your experience. Focus. Honey? Okay. Yeah. Anything focused upon long enough must become truth. It is law. Yes, once again.
I was noticing that in America there is a demonstration against some water rights in. It doesn't matter what it is, but the people there that are demonstrating, they are talking about how unfair it is that media is not covering this and the whole world about that. And I was thinking about that. It came to me that, well, the reason that it's not about the media, the reason that this cannot be spread to the rest of the world is because in the rest of the world doesn't have those thoughts. So they are not a vibrational match. So that's why they are not creating hearing about that, because for them, the rest of the world, it's not an issue. So, you know, in the past, it was always the media, you know, they are going towards certain topics and not to others, or different media does different things. And maybe it's not like that. Maybe it's that people are attracting what they will see. And if they have no other source for it, they will see it in media. But if they don't see it in media, it's because they didn't have those thought patterns. So instead of complaining to the media about the media, maybe it's to realize that the whole planet might not have the same opinion as like I do. So I think to see that my creations are my creations, because I believe that it doesn't necessarily have to be. I haven't to, like Barry said before, I don't have to force that down the throat to everybody else and prove that, and then be angry when other people don't agree with me that this is a bad thing. Instead of learning what we're learning here, that we are the creators, we are the creators, we are the creators, we are the creators, we are the creators. So when we're looking at something, a situation or food or anything, then we are the creator. Yeah, we will be right about it. So, you know, I'm glad in this mastermind we're taking a whole different angle, that we are the creators. And we do have the power to choose our creations. Not easy sometimes, but we do have that power. And to put it outside and say that they. Then here's another thing. I have a teacher Buddhist teacher, Tibetan teacher, that I believe very much in, or I can say the source. I believe in the source, but then I have a part of me that has a tendency to guilt. So sometimes I'm looking at, oh, if I'm choosing such and such path here, is that going to be a spiritual path or not? So my guilt concept comes in there. But then on top of that, I realize that, well, I am the creator, and the creator, the source of my teacher, source, transform any path that I'm on to become a spiritual path. So I don't have to worry that everything I do is always about being more and more conscious about being the creator and creating a flourishing life for myself and everyone else.
Wow. Thank you, Arne. Woo woo. You know, like it's so powerful. I mean, I just love to become aware of. And one of, I mean, I love what you said, but also I got very inspired by what we were reading here about, you know, how that we can detect very easily, you know, where we put our attention, our focus, you know, like there's, you know, many people that are, and that's what I recognize that, you know, like always talking, you know, about the past, you know, and remembering memories, painful. Now I have much more memories, joyful after, you know, a journey of deep healing and all that stuff. But it's interesting to see, you know, like when you focus on, you know, automatically talking about what happened and you put the evidence, you are creating that. Be aware, you know, like, I don't know, if I talk about how abandoned I was when I was a little girl and I tell you the story and da-da-da, blah, 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 da-da-da. I mean, I'm attracting thoughts that are in alignment with that, you know. So it's interesting to learn how to be in present time. And sometimes, you know, it's a lot of quiet, you know, in present time. It's almost like, well, how do I feel right here and now? What is my experience at this moment, you know? And to make that enough, something that for our conditioned mind, you know, is very boring, you know? We need to learn how to be more in our heart and to be okay with just being vibrational beings, open heart and loving and just expressing our true nature here, you know? So interesting. I mean, I'm happy to learn more, to integrate this more, to really see the beauty of the possibilities that we have. So, chapter 10, it says awareness as your key to deliberate creation. Your thriving will be immediately enhanced in the moment you understand and begin to utilize your own emotional guidance system. Through your continual exposure to life experience, you are stimulated to constant awareness, which means that you are focusing upon something all day, every day, and that focus is causing an activation of vibration within you. People do not realize that they are vibrational beings living in a vibrational universe, and most are not aware that they are vibrationally attracting their own reality. And so most people make little or no effort to deliberately focus thought. In this fast-paced environment, with so much to consider, it will be no small task to have conscious awareness of every thought. In fact, a sifting and sorting of all of this data is not possible. What a relaxation. Fortunately, you do not have to sort the plethora of thoughts that are moving through you, for the law of attraction will tend to that sorting process. Everyone and everything in the universe is consciousness. Everyone and everything in the universe is consciousness. And all consciousness is vibration, energy. And all consciousness has the ability to focus, in parentheses, even the one called amoeba, in close parentheses, the smallest expression of life, okay, has the ability to focus. All consciousness is having experience, and all consciousness is having personal perception of that experience, and constant preferences are being born from that personal perception. Exposure to the contrast and variety of life causes continual personal preferences to emanate from every point of consciousness. Exposure to your experiences causes you to give birth to a personal experience or desire. A vibration emanates from you, a rocket of desire, and your inner being, your source, all that is, begins to immediately respond to that request. When you ask from any level of your being, every time. Can you vibrationally match your new desires? That would be the key. Let's see how. So the non-physical part of you receives your request, has keen awareness of your rocket of desire, undivided attention toward the desire to which you have just given birth. In other words, your inner being instantly becomes a vibrational match to your new desire. Therefore, it immediately receives the benefit of your leading edge, launching of your leading edge desire. However, from your physical standpoint, are usually not yet a perfect vibrational match to your new desire, for your desire was born from contrast. And so you still have a mix of vibrations within you, your desire. In the moment the new desire or preference has been launched, there was an immediate discrepancy in the vibration of your inner being or source, in parentheses, who immediately aligned with your new desire, and your personal physical perspective, in parentheses, which still speaks of vibrations, close parentheses. Your work now is to activate vibration, only those aspects that match your new desire. Where your emotional guidance system comes in. For your emotions are your indicators of vibrational alignment or discord. For example, you are having a conversation with someone who is very busy and does not really want to take the time to have a discussion with you. Abrupt with you, even rude. This experience causes a preference to emanate from you. And even if you cannot or do not put words to it, the fact is that you prefer to be treated with more respect. A newly defined preference now radiates from you. And your inner being finds immediate alignment with the idea of your being treated with more respect. You, however, have not yet found that alignment. You are still recalling this person's attitude, rude words, and actions. Your vibrations are a mixture of how you want to be treated and how you just were treated. You are not a match to your new desire, but your inner being is. If you are sensitive to the way you feel, you can sense the discord between the vibration of your inner being and your in this moment vibration. In fact, that is what your emotions always indicate. A good feeling emotion indicates vibrational alignment between the perspective of your inner being and you. Emotion indicates vibrational misalignment between your inner being and you. Another example. In sorting through your mail, you find several requests for payments, and as you add them up, you realize that you do not have enough money to pay everything you now owe. In that moment, a desire for more money emanates from you, and your inner being focuses surely and immediately upon the idea of more money, from the idea of this. You, however, continue to sift through your stacks of bills, facing the reality of where you now stand. Bills, and I have money to pay them, you complain. You have not found alignment with your new desire, and the negative emotion that you feel, worry, anger, frustration, indicates your misalignment with your source. Desire, no matter what the subject, can manifest into your experience as long as there is a vibrational difference between the desire and your physical vibration. Excuse me, and your practice vibration. You have to practice yourself into vibrational alignment with your desires before they will be realized in your experience. We refer to your emotions as your emotional guidance system. You recognize the relationship between the vibration of your desire and the vibration of your offering. No other factors needs to be considered in the achievement of anything that you want. What others think, what they have lived, what you have lived in the past, even what you are living right now. None of that has any bearing whatsoever on your ability to achieve the object of your desires. Vibrational relativity between your desire and you is relevant. Whew. This is so powerful. I just want to share something here about in this in my own experience. You know, it's almost like deeper understanding. You know, that this idea that I got from Abraham-Hicks many times. You know, that we are the leading edge of thought. You know, it's sinking, it's coming in. You know, the understanding of that, and it's so interesting to see like we are in this environment. Like being stimulated, if you want. So imagine to me, this is my life here, you know, like 5 years ago, something like that, I decided to wake up from scarcity consciousness to embody, you know, prosperity consciousness and to manifest my financial freedom. So I target that super strong, so strong that I manifest every Saturday. I'm here in the mastermind and enjoying working with it and you know. But I target that so far away that I am not in alignment, okay, with that desire that I put on the universe, okay, I feel terrible. You know, and so I need to, the thing to be patient with that and to understand, oh, here it is, another layer of scarcity consciousness, you know, thoughts that I'm habituated to think, myself, my family, collectively, doesn't matter what, but right now I can open the window and let it go. So, you know, it is a powerful journey, you know, and to me, I'm getting like, you know, it's a constant targeting expansion. That's my desires, you know, more of joy, more of peace, more of love, more of beauty, more constantly, you know, balance, safety, prosperity for everyone in the planet, more. And then that's my passion, that's my desire, that's already happening, okay? How much I am in alignment with choosing to perceive that, to acknowledge that, to feel that, to feel the excitement, you know, or how much I am trapped, you know, in my old thinking environment, blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, the choice is powerful. And I think I understand much better, you know, that we are in the leading edge of expansion of this universe because we venture to experience ourselves in contrast. You know, so it's interesting to see. And everything that you don't like in life, you are targeting the opposite, you know. It's so interesting to me. I'm getting like, wow, you know, what a magnificence, you know. So let me really be loyal to my true nature, that the one that looks for something better, you know, the one that looks for something more expansive. So, well, that's my sharing. If anyone would like to share something else, because I think that this is so, yes, Candace, welcome.
Well, I just had the thought while you were talking, if one were playing with two magnets, you'd push them together on the, and two of the ends would push against each other and you couldn't bring it together. And then when you turn it around, boom, they're right together. So that was just a really simple metaphor that I thought of while you were talking.
Beautiful image. I love it, you know, because yeah, that's what we do. We repel what we were asked until we turn around, you know, and we fit, you know, we are in alignment with what I have targeted already, you know. Beautiful. Okay, well, we have 10 more minutes and let's continue here. Nobody opens. Let's continue. Page 39 for the ones that you are reading here, okay? Vibrational relativity and energy balance. Relationship between you and your source is the basis of your emotional guidance system. Your guidance system, like all guidance, is based upon something in relationship to something else. The vibrational relationship between you and your source, the vibrational relationship between you and your source is the basis of your emotional guidance system. Okay. Consider the GPS system in your vehicle. While it does have the facility to pinpoint your precise location, it is of no value to you in terms of guidance until you enter or program in navigation. But once the navigational system has that information, it can begin to calculate a proposed route from where you currently are to where you want to go. In the same way, when your current and desired body weight is the basis of the emotional guidance you receive. The relationship between your current financial situation and the amount of cash you would like to have in your bank account is the basis of the emotional guidance that you receive. I don't get this one second. The relationship between your current financial situation and the amount of cash you would like to have in your bank account is the basis of the emotional guidance that you receive. The relationship between where you are and where you want to be is your personal guidance system. Even without an electronic navigational system, you understand the relativity between where you are and where you want to be. And without that information, you could not proceed with any clarity upon your journey. You would just be moving from place to place. That, I think, is what we have done unconsciously for so many years. Relativity exists in every possible subject. Those of great importance, those of lesser importance, those that come up many times in every day, and those that you think about only occasionally. Helpful and precise guidance is readily available to you regarding all things, for there is no subject in your life in which vibrational relativity is missing. The best path to your intended destinations. If you have ever utilized an electronic navigational system in your vehicle, you have surely had the experience of programming an intended destination, and then, for some reason, deviating from the route. The way may have attracted your attention, so you made an unscheduled turn along your route. Immediately, your navigational system begins signaling you that you are off your course. Reasons for departing from your road, but your navigational system will simply continue to tell you that you have deviated from your intended route, because as far as your guidance system is concerned, you are off your path. Of course, you could reprogram the system because of your new decision, and your guidance system will then regroup and make a new plan. But as long as you are holding a specific intention of where you want to go, but are moving in a different direction from that intention, warning bells will ring. Now you might say, but Abraham, surely there is more than one path that will lead to my desired destination. And we agree with you. There are many paths, many satisfying paths that are satisfying for different reasons, which will lead to your desired destination. The joy of life is really in the journey. However, your vehicle's navigational system is considering the information within its unique system. It has determined where you are, and contained within its information system are many possible routes or paths. In all of those factors, your navigational system, considering all those factors, your navigational system gives you the best route that it can conclude. It cannot make decisions or give guidance outside of the information contained in its system. You have a personal emotional guidance system. Your personal emotional guidance system operates in a similar way to an electronic guidance system. You cannot receive guidance outside of the roots or beliefs contained within your system. Your emotional guidance system or relativity is based only upon your active vibrations, beliefs, with your desired destination. Remember, a belief is really only a thought that you keep thinking. Your emotions are your indicators of the vibrational relationship of the active vibration within you. You have come forth into this physical body as an extension of source energy. And the vibration of your source is always an active vibration within you. As you explore the variety and contrast of your own life experience, natural preferences relating to the way you would like things to be are vibrationally emitted from you in the form of vibrational signals, similar to electronic signals, beaming these signals forward into your future experience. If a preference or desire is born within you as a result of something that you are living, that vibrational signal shoots forth like a rocket of desire and begins amassing power and clarity in your vibrational future, mainly referred to as your vibrational escrow. It is held there expressly for you. No one else can swoop in and take it, depriving you of your own creation. It remains there, pulsing, gaining power, momentum, and clarification. As you continue to amend your desires through processing more contrasting experiences. The contrast in which you are focused provides a wonderful basis for your unique desires. For whenever you are experiencing something that you do not want, and more clearly what it is. And I think we are going to complete here in page 41. Next week we continue. And I would love to, I don't know, I'm going to do that this week. I mean, I think that all what we are reading here is yes, yes, yes. I love it. From my inner being is so yes, and my intellectual mind, that is the one is the filter, to really integrate all of this, is like, yes, yes, yes. And all of that is like, to really understand it more, I will suggest to start this chapter again, and to read it in yourself, to bring examples, or how much we have targeted this or that, in all aspects, from health to relationships, it's so interesting, So if I target for a wonderful, intimate relationship, and I don't experience that, and I'm stuck, instead of focusing on what is my vision, I focus on what I have created already, Now the question is, how can I relax into it and change my vibrational intention, understand what's going on inside to begin with, and then come out fresh and with new intention and clarity that can really be in alignment with what it is that I want to manifest, okay? So there is no one wrong moment for us, I will say, as human beings, if we learn how to see the contrast as the contrast is the one that propel us, I don't know how to say it in English, that really propel us, to the new expansion and new vision of our own joy and being, So let's understand that deeper. Next Saturday, we get together again, just for 1 hour, like we do today, and remember that you can come with us to the panel so we can enjoy more, engaging more, and commenting more, and integrating more. And next week, we will start on page 41. So besides that, last minute, if you have anything to say before we close here, and if not, let me see, the microphones are closed, okay? So besides that, just have a wonderful, wonderful week, allowing your true desires, letting go all what can be as an obstacle, because you are now more and more aware that is in you, not outside, okay? So have a wonderful week, and see you next Saturday.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. That was wonderful. Thank you.